I'm Don. Today we're painting with Golden's matte medium and try to use it for glazing. I buy Vallejo paints once in a while cause me and my daughter Sam uses them for painting acrylics on canvas. As usual, we're using my red grass tech for painting this mini. This mini came from Mammoth Factory Games and we'll turn this bust into this.
Hi, I'm Don. Welcome to my studio.
This channel is supported by all these awesome brands. I've uploaded the longer version, the Patreon and YouTube channel member version of this video yesterday, but I hope you still find this shorter version useful. First, we paint the base colors. I chose violet red, which is a semi-transparent paint that will sort of maximize our genital underpainting. Oh, by the way, pardon the voice cause I'm still sick, but I wanted to upload this video already. I chose violet red because it's semi-transparent, it's not that opaque, but do not go beyond 3 coats cause you will diminish the effect of the genital underpainting. A couple of thin coats is more than enough to get a very good coverage but at the same time maximize the genital underpainting. Now we do basic layering. I'm not doing glaze layering or glayering, meaning I'm not adding mediums to the paints. I'm just mixing colors so that we get smoother transitions, but I'm not adding a bit of medium so that we do our usual glaze layering. At this point of the video, I'm just painting less and less areas as the colors get lighter. Do make sure that the second coat or the second pass of the same color, you paint a lesser area or a smaller area so that you get better gradation with the same color. I learned this from Sergio Calvo, the really good painter Sergio Calvo. You should paint about 70 to 95 or 90% of the previous area when you're painting or when you're doing layering. So for example, you're painting violet red and then you're painting a lighter color, paint roughly around 70 or 90% less area so that you have good coverage, or so that you have nice layering, you produce nice transition by just painting a lesser area. Now we paint with reddish flesh. This color is one of my fab paints ever. It's from the Nocturna set, which is, in my opinion, one of the best paint sets that Vallejo has produced. The reddish flesh is much like the other Nocturna paints. They kind of bridge the gap between what Vallejo has already and what Vallejo doesn't have. So it's a custom mix and it's perfect for painting not just Nocturna. It's really great. The color selection, you'll love it, and if you get your hands on it or you see it available online, you should buy it. Notice the reddish flesh. The reddish flesh is kind of bridging the gap between the very dark violet red and the fleshier tones later. So it's also the perfect undercoat, in my opinion, for any flesh painting, even if it's a lady or a dwarf or any figure or model that you have. The reddish flesh is a perfect underpainting before you paint in the actual colors. Once you are happy with your reddish flesh, we now move on to a more common paint, which is the Vallejo model color, beige red. This color is actually quite a jump from reddish flesh. So you could see here in the video, we're creating custom mixes so that our layering won't be too ajar. Too contrasting, and we still get a bit of nice transitions. At this point, I usually add a bit of medium so that I get better transitions and do glaring. But I wanted to make this painting, the painting of this dragon skin, a bit more like common or traditional, in which you paint the layering first and then you'll do the glazes much later. However, if you ask me, doing layering is always much better than just basic layering. Also notice, since we're not doing layering, the ugly stage is about to come up, and the ugly stage of layering is very rough, but we're going to soften it up with glazes later. Even though if you do glaring, you still have to do a bit of glazes later. The only difference of doing layering instead of basic layering is that you'll need to do less glazes, or you'll need to apply less glazes to come up with a nice smooth transitions. Now you can see that our dragon skin is slowly forming. The transitions are a bit rough still, but we'll make it rougher by painting fairy flesh highlights. You may paint this with less, you could thin it down, water it down, or add more mediums and paint this fairy flesh a bit more transparent, so that you'll get nice transitions or nice highlights and not too harsh like what you see in the video. But we'll soften this up with glazes in the next part. Now we do glazes or glazing with Golden's matte medium. Golden's matte medium is very thick. It's formulated to work well with Golden's heavy-bodied acrylics. So you have to add a bit of water to make it like the usual consistency that we're used to when painting miniatures. As expected with this Golden's matte medium, as you add more medium, the paints get more transparent, and as you add less, the paints are less transparent. However, what I love about mediums, I always say this in my videos, is that you don't get to have runny paints. You have the same-ish consistency of paints that are great for brush painting, and thus it feels like brush painting. It feels so familiar rather than doing glazes with runny, watered-down paints. I don't know about other painters, miniature painters, especially painters that are so loyal to water. I feel that I have a bit more control by using mediums, by glazing with mediums, or even just painting with mediums. Don't get me wrong, water is the best way to thin down or water down, of course, your paints, to make them more runny, but I really do prefer painting with mediums. After around 4 to 5 passes of glazing, we have a really nice smooth finish to our dragon skin. So what's our verdict about Golden's matte medium? Well, it worked like a charm. The only caveat is that you have to thin it down with water because it's super thick. Now it's time for our golden lemon reveal. But before our golden lemon reveal, a huge thanks to all my patrons. I have it doubled, tripled, no, quadrupled. Yeah, tripled since August, and I really appreciate your support. You practically save this YouTube channel. So there you have it. The Golden's matte medium worked like a charm. It mixed really well with our usual Vallejo paints, and it's the most matte medium that I've used so far. It's not shiny at all. It's not even like satin, so it's great stuff. That's it, Pansit.
That's it, we're done. I hope you liked the video. Do like, comment, subscribe, and consider joining the channel so that you'll be part of our Discord community. Saludos!